So styles of Argentine tango. Before I start, I want to mention that these techniques evolved through time. Not one set technique was brought and took over another one. They all live within each other in harmonious dancing. So not one dancer dances one style in particular. They might lean towards one style more than the other, but we all pretty much dance a generalized dance. So canyengue is actually the first part where tango comes in. And canyengue is bent knees, bent back, cheek to cheek. And this happened around the 1900s. So here we have canyengue. And canyengue is morphed into tango criollo. That's the next term that you probably would hear. And tango criollo, what it did is it straightened up the back. Then we hear the term tango liso. And tango liso was more influenced in the European, and it even further straightened the dance even more, where the knees weren't bent anymore. Tango liso means smooth tango. This is why it's not bent anymore. So tango liso means smooth. There was a book published in 1916 that codified the dance at that moment. And the main point that changed in tango was that the feet got a little closer, so that later on in the years, this would provide the basis for footwork that we do nowadays. Tango liso was taken to Paris, and Paris loved it. I mean, they really boomed it. And from Paris, it moved to all over Europe, Germany, Russia, everywhere. It moved to Japan. It even came to the United States during these times. But in this boom, tango was stereotyped. And you had the people dancing with a straight arm, with the rose, with the face, you know, all this stereotype that when you hear tango, people think of. This is where it began. But to the rescue came a very interesting step around the 1940s or late 1930, 38, something like this. It was the cross. So the cross provided the cheek to cheek to fall apart. So before they would start tango with a forward step, and now they would cross, which meant that the cheek to cheek would have to release, and the feet got closer. So now the interaction in the feet got a little more possible. This change paved the way for arrastres, ganchos, boleos, and all the types of footwork that we can interchange. Tango Fantasia, and Tango Fantasia came about in the 1970s, 1980s, where Fantasia means fantasy, and is related to tango on stage. Tango became so sophisticated that there were jumps, lifts, but all of this couldn't be performed in a milonga or a tango salon, so they did it on stage, and it even reached to the level of a ballet. You know, they had a whole company of tango dancers performing, doing the performing arts. After this, you hear often a term like tango nuevo. Tango nuevo is the mixture of the music, of electronic music with tango. And also, it really emphasizes the open embrace a little more. So this is a summary of the different styles of tango.